Everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, this will be Riverdale Season 6, Episode 15, called That Go Bump in the Night. That's a weird-ass title. It's called That Go Bump in the Night. You did not, hear that wrong. They've been having some weird-ass titles lately for Riverdale, and I would say this is probably the one that makes the least amount of sense, That Go Bump in the Night. As I said in my previous episode review, this episode looked kind of interesting in the fact I was wondering why Uncle Frank punched Archie. This episode was dumb. Honestly, I'm at the point now where it's like everybody is not focusing up on the problem of this big war happening. Everybody is focusing on other stupid shit that really isn't relevant right now, that doesn't even matter if the town is destroyed. Like, I love that Cheryl is reconnecting with, her childhood crush, Heather. But if I'm being honest, guys, it's not the right time to be doing this. Like, this isn't going to matter, you being together with your childhood crush, if, Riverdale is destroyed. I think that, at least it kind of helps in the way of, I know what they're doing here, because, again, like I said, there's rumors that we're going to be seeing Sabrina in the upcoming episodes, and I was correct. Like I said in my last episode review, I said that Heather will be the doorway to bringing in Sabrina, and as we found out in this episode, Cheryl finds out that Heather dabbles in, in magic, mainly dark magic and stuff, it seems like, which she learned from a coven a coven of witches that took her in. And I thought a coven of witches in Greendale. I was like, the Spellmans. There's no other doubt. There's no other really witches than the Spellmans in Greendale. You know what I mean? Especially the Spellmans are in charge of the school now. So instantly, I thought right away, the Spellmans took her in, taught her magic. And I was like, okay, so you're going to bring in Sabrina that way. If not, and they pretty much, I would say this is now, they kind of confirmed it's canon. Mainly the fact she got taken in, I'm assuming, by the Spellmans. And she probably will wait to say, oh, I got brought into the coven, the Spellman coven. I bet they're going to wait to say that. Or she'll be like, oh, I know somebody that can help us. And it'll be Sabrina. But like I said, Heather will be the kind of the way of bringing in Sabrina, or maybe we'll see other, different Spellmans and stuff, who knows. But I've said that she will be the gateway to bringing in Sabrina, and it clearly shows that she will be either, I'm not quite sure, they I feel like they said that it was kind of canon, I would say, only on them saying, she got brought in by a coven of witches, and I only can think about the Spellmans. So, in a way, I'm wondering, does that mean, and we know Sabrina's rumored that she is coming, so is it kind of canon to the fact maybe Sabrina will come back? Because they did mention in the storyline that, when Tabitha was trying to hire Archie, and Archie was trying to get, his moving crew to move Pops, so Pops is out of the way for the new Percival's, new train to come through, him, wanting to put down the train tracks and do a train running through the heart of Riverdale. It makes me wonder, okay, and they mentioned that, Percival, then we end up finding out that there's ghosts that don't want them to move because they need to be bear witness to the big great war that's happening. So apparently, apparently Pops is haunted, and essentially that they find out that Pops is haunted when, Tabitha ends up, after the whole thing of what is it, I can't even think of the thing. The gumball machine tips over. That's one thing. The thing that really didn't tell them that there was really ghosts in there until the point where the one of Archie's crew members got shocked by the jukebox, and then we end up finding out when Tabitha goes to Pops, and it's the lights are on, people are there behind the desk, and then when she goes in there, the pie is hot, there's a fresh cup of a fresh pot of coffee on, and that's when she found out that they're there not letting Archie and the crew move Pops is because they need to be they need to bear witness in the longer that Pops goes in storage before they before they find a new location for Pops, there's a chance that the ghosts can disappear, and if the ghosts disappear, then that means that they could essentially not bear witness to the war, whoever wins, and eventually bad things can happen, essentially. So, even though I was like, why didn't they just, instead of them messing up the Tabitha and Archie's plan to move the place safely so Parzival couldn't take it down, and them wasting their time by them not telling Tabitha and Archie about the situation, which they clearly could have said, oh, you need to find a different location or we'll disappear, and then, you guys will lose the war, because someone needs to bear witness to see who wins the war, so this can be over with. So, literally, you could have spared them time from, putting all the stuff back multiple times, and just told them that, and then they could have just done it, found a new location, so you guys could still stay there without you guys disappearing. It's like that would have been an easy solution, but of course, we had to have them, take all the stuff out twice from Pop's place and not letting it move. And then I was finding out that that's the reason why they wouldn't let it move, is because they said that they couldn't have it in storage. They need to find a new location right away, so that way the ghosts don't disappear into the abyss. So that way they can bear witness to whoever wins the war. So I was like, okay, you could have spared them time, I guess, by just talking to them. I was like, what was the point of all this stuff? So that really annoyed me, for one. And I just hate how, Archie and Tabitha are really focused on the task at hand of they're trying to save Pops, so that way, because it's the one bright light of that Parzival is trying to take down. And it turns out, he only wanted to take down Pops. I thought he wanted to take down Pops because it's the one bright light, and it's the heart and center of Riverdale. That is the heart of Riverdale, Pop's Chocolate Shop. But it turns out that actually he doesn't even care about the chocolate shop anymore. He cares about just the location that the chocolate shop is in. So what was the whole point of saying Pops was the heart and soul of Riverdale if he doesn't care about taking out Pops? Essentially, he only cares clearly about taking the location of where Pops was. So I mean, that kind of annoyed me to find out that what was the point of that story, making it sound like Pops was super special if it just mattered where the spot was. He just wanted the spot. He didn't care about Pops. Essentially that's what I'm still thinking, even though the way they ended this with, Uncle Frank, claiming, oh, I'm going to help you, I'm going to help you guys real quick, before Parzival knows, and I'm going to help you move Pop safely to a new location, because they're going to be moving it to the El Royale, Archie's boxing place. They're going to move Pop's Chocolate Shop to the El Royale, which was really cool. I like that location a lot better than where Pop's was before. I think it looks sick. That vibe that they have going at the El Royale for Pop's Chocolate Shop, I actually prefer it there. I think it looks amazing. So, win for them. Who cares about, Parzival on that thing? Because, who cares about that location? Because it looks a lot cooler in the El Royale. But I guess him, Uncle Frank, actually, lying to Archie, thinking that Archie got through with him by showing, Uncle Frank the picture of him and, of Fred and also Uncle Frank when they were together, younger as brothers, when they were wanting to, grow up to become, construction workers. I guess that didn't get through to him. Archie thought that really got through to him and got him off of, and got, Uncle Frank out of Parzival's spell. But it turns out it didn't. He was going to drive, Betty ended up showing there and ended up seeing, Uncle Frank's aura. And then that's when, Archie knew that, were you going to drive it into Sweetwater River? Were you going to, burn it at the garbage dump? What were you going to do? And then he tried grabbing a nugget of palladium and tried stalking Archie, but it didn't work, of course, because Archie is now immune. Which goes back to the stupid part of this episode when freaking Parzival Pickens ends up walking in with Uncle Frank. I forget where. I think it was in Pops, if I'm correct. He walked out of Pops or whatever. And, Parzival was there with Uncle Frank and essentially talking about, oh, I want to move this place, or, oh, why are you guys here or whatever. And I'm like, Archie, you could have just beat his ass right then and there. Why aren't you fighting him? Because now you're invulnerable. I would make it known, I'm invulnerable now, dude. Let's freaking go. Let's go round 2. You know what I mean? I'm going to beat your ass this time. Because Archie can do that now. So I find it stupid that Archie isn't going the physical route now, because he has nothing stopping him. He could easily beat his ass now. So I just don't understand that. When Uncle Frank punched him, he's like, oh, you tell, Parzival I'm invulnerable now and we're ready for war. I'm like, okay, cool. You're ready for war. But why didn't you beat his ass before and make it known that that shit's not going to work anymore? I really wish he would have just went up to that ass and socked him across the face, and he could have just ended him right then and there. Because mind you, he's stronger now. Archie, 10 times stronger than Parzival Pickens. Parzival doesn't have any strength. So the only reason he got an upper hand on Archie is because he had the palladium. Now that, Parzival can have the palladium all he wants, it's not going to hurt Archie anymore. So Archie can literally sock Parzival with one punch and he'd be gone. He'd be dead. So I just don't understand the plot of this. It comes to the point of, why would you make him invulnerable now when Archie could clearly just kill him now if he wanted to? That's I feel like that's a big plot hole now because Archie clearly wanted to like beat his ass before and take him out before. Same with Jughead. And I find it weird now that out of nowhere, him now being invulnerable now and him having no weakness, he's not doing that now. He was all up for beating his ass before. What's stopping him now? His ego shouldn't be hurt anymore because he has no weakness. So I don't know. That's just crappy writing again. They're like, it's the writers not having consistency. That really annoys me. On top of, again, Cheryl and Heather, I understand why they brought Heather in, but I do think it's a big distraction in the fact of, like, we need to focus on Parzival right now. We cannot focus on, I understand, like, I would love if Cheryl and Heather, got together after they deal with the bigger issue at hand, but it seems to be a distraction to Cheryl right now, and it's kind of, like, making me wonder, okay, like, Cheryl really needs to focus up now because Riverdale's at stake here. Same with not even just Cheryl, but Veronica with the stupid hiring Jughead to pretty much read people's minds to get money for Babylonium. Like, I'm sorry, that's not important right now. That's the least of the problems. You won't have Babylonium if Parzival takes down the place. And the fact that Jughead is down to do it, to get 50-50 money from Veronica, it's like, dude, money, you can't spend that money if Riverdale is literally just dirt. You can't spend it. If it's just, if it's a wasteland, man, you can't spend shit. So I just don't understand what the writers are doing right now, that we're not focusing up at the task at hand, where everybody should be hands on deck and wanting to kick the crap out of this dude. Everybody should be like, okay, we need to put Parzival in a line to kick his ass. Like, you get in a line and we get a whole line of people. Hell, we can have a thing where, like, you pay somebody. It's like one of those things at a carnival where you have to pay somebody to throw the ball and get somebody in the tank. No, we can have a thing where it's like Parzival stands there. You pay money, $1 to kick Parzival in the shin. Like, I just don't understand what the hell is going on, where everybody's doing stupid shit and everybody's not focusing on what the hell is going on. Especially Fangs. I hate Fangs this season. I don't know what it is with the writers writing his character now, but, like, he's acting not smart about things. Like, he, for one, has the nerve to act like he cares so much about Baby Anthony, but yet he put guns in their house and put Baby Anthony in danger. Pretty much wanting to start a war with Twyla Twist, essentially would initially put Baby Anthony in the place where he got captured and essentially put Tony at risk by his actions and wanting to start a war after Tony dealt with Twyla to begin with. So that really annoys me, that one of the stupid things Fangs has done this season. On top of him, like, ignoring Kevin when Kevin said, okay, I want to keep this out of the courtroom, let's figure this out. Let's have joint custody. And he said, oh, I don't care about it, Kevin, I'm not doing this with you, and hangs up the phone on Kevin. When Kevin finally thought straight. So it's like, is Fangs, like, what are they doing to his character? On top of the third dumb shit thing he's done is him working for Parzival just because he wants to make money and he wants to like bring in support for Baby Anthony. He wants to, chip in for money and stuff to take care of Baby Anthony, which I applaud him for that, into doing the right thing, working with Archie and his construction crew or his moving crew or whatever the hell they're called. But you instead went to work with Parzival after all the shit he's done to your soon-to-be wife, because we end up finding out at the end of this episode that, Tony is, pretty much wants to get married to Fangs, only for the reason after Tony talking to the caseworker, or, like, I think that's what it is, or who the person is, about the fact of, like, oh, you need to, the only thing the thing that you have over Kevin is that you guys are in love, and the way they make it look, more efficient and stuff is that you guys walk into that courtroom, that you guys are a happy couple, meaning that's how she got the idea of, like, oh, let's get married. Not the fact, I think she does love Fangs, but it's to the point where she's only doing this so that way they look really good, so that way Kevin can't get Baby Anthony, which I do think is messed up that Tony is doing that. But after all the shit Fangs has done behind Tony's back, Fangs is beat. I don't care that she's only doing this just to make sure she gets custody of Baby Anthony. Fangs is beat. He's done so much stupid shit this season where, like, I don't even care that what Tony's doing is messed up. Like, I don't even care. I just don't understand that everybody is like, that the fact that he was just so easy to turn on Archie after he knew all the crazy shit Parzival's done. Again, you getting this money you're helping Parzival Pickens destroy Riverdale by him building his ghost train. Which essentially, it doesn't matter how much money you're going to get to support Baby Anthony. You won't be able to spend it if he will literally make Riverdale a wasteland and pretty much eventually want to kill people around Riverdale, because that's pretty much what he wants to do. It'll be, where else are you going to go, dude, if he destroys Riverdale? I just don't understand the logic of the way the writers are writing our characters. And Fangs was never like this too. Fangs was very precise on his on making plans without making it to the point where like he eventually hurts people in the process. And I don't know where they're making it where like he's not thinking. And I hate that they're doing that to that character, because I liked Fangs' character before until this season. He just pissed me off so much. And the only one that's like really focusing up, it seems like, I mean, is the fact that Tony knows what's going on, but Tony is again focused on about Kevin wanting to take, custody of baby Anthony, because again, Parzival made it to the point where they're distracted by that. He made it to the point where Tony's distracted by dealing with this with Kevin, making Kevin do this on top of on top of Archie focusing up on trying to help Archie's pretty much the only one, and Tony, the one that really is like focusing up. Archie and Tabitha are the only ones really focusing up on taking Parzival down right now. Everybody else is distracted, especially Betty. With I think her name is Agent. I have to figure out. It's like Agent something. What is it? Agent Drake. I'm sorry. Why are you telling Agent Drake personal shit when you barely know this girl? If anything, that shocks me more, because Betty is the detective, and I can't believe she's just willy-nilly giving this information to a person she barely knows that came out of nowhere. And already, like, I feel like in a way it's kind of trying to sabotage Betty to want to break up with Archie, because clearly Agent Drake likes Betty. On top of the fact of, I think, I'm not gonna lie, Agent Drake might have the same powers as Betty and messing Betty's powers up. I would not be surprised if that is Betty's villain. I would not be surprised, honestly. Hell, what if the Agent Drake is working with, the trash bag killer? Who knows? What if Agent Drake is working with Parzival Pickens? Who knows? The fact that Betty's just willy-nilly willing to tell this Agent Drake everything about her having abilities, about essentially all the stuff that's going on in her life, and all the personal information is astounding to me. On top of Alice literally telling Betty she would be a terrible mother, I was not prepared for that. That's going too far. I don't know if it's Parzival having like a grip on her, or she's just wanting to say that because she doesn't like the fact that Betty taking Juniper and Dagwood away from her, which, Betty does have a right, because Alice has been doing some stupid shit being controlled by Parzival Pickens. If anything, I'm shocked Alice isn't more aware of the fact that that is possible, that you are being taken control of, because she was in a cult. So it's the fact that Alice I feel like maybe she doesn't believe she's being controlled. I don't know. And the fact that, again, the fact that Betty wants to keep talking to Alice after all the crap she's done, along with Archie wanting to keep talking to Uncle Frank after all the crap he's done, forget them. You need to take out Parzival Pickens. Should be your number one priority on taking him out, so that way that Parzival's grips on Alice and Uncle Frank and pretty much Kevin will all go away once you take out Parzival Pickens. I just don't know why everybody isn't focusing up on the task at hand. The only ones that are Archie and, again, Tabitha right now are the only ones focusing up right now. Tabitha has not taken her eye off the ball when it comes to taking down Parzival Pickens. Neither has Archie. So I don't know what the hell we're doing right now, where like everybody's like doing these side quests. Especially the biggest ones that annoy me the most is probably there's probably Veronica, which she's doing with Babylonium. That's the least of the issues. Like, you making money is so low on the list compared to you saving the town, so that way it's even relevant for you to make money. Because you can't make money if the town is gone. So I just don't understand the writing, guys. Literally, I'm just getting, I'm tired of this, honestly. It's like the writing has been getting progressively worse. And it's like, I don't know what it is. I just really don't know. On top of, we still don't understand why Parzival gave Veronica powers. Because Parzival gave the Glamourge egg that had all the spiders in it to Reggie to give to Veronica. He is the one that imbued her with abilities. And that still is a plot hole, which makes no sense. Is the biggest plot hole ever. Why would he give her abilities? Why? And why is she using her abilities in a stupid way? Especially the best part of this episode was probably the part where like Reggie is blackmailing Veronica, saying, "Oh, if you don't give me a cut of the earnings that you and Jughead made scamming those people, I'm gonna tell Parzival that you killed you put a hit on your father and you killed your father." And I love the part when literally Jughead rips out that sequence where like Veronica tells Reggie about the hit, rips out the sequence in a comic book, and pretty much Reggie has a hard time remembering that. That was hilarious. That was probably the best part of this episode. Hell, it was the best part of this episode. Not gonna lie, when Archie said at the end of this episode after he got punched by Uncle Frank, "Oh, you tell Parzival I'm vulnerable now," and tell him that we're ready for war. I was like, that was kind of cringe. Not gonna lie. It's like, I'm hoping this war is as good as that they're building it up to be. It better be some cool ass shit that we've never seen before in Riverdale, like some cool ass shit, or I will be so pissed if it's literally what I'm thinking, where it's literally going to be Parzival and it's going to be Sabrina. Because if there isn't enough like that won't mean anything to me if Sabrina comes in here and she does some magic shit and she's the one that fights Parzival, because she wasn't involved enough where that would mean something to us as fans. It would be cool, yes, if Sabrina came in and helped out. But if she's the one to really do the final blow and fight against Parzival, I will hate that so much. Because again, I do think they already screwed up the one Sabrina cameo that they had already in Riverdale. I think they screwed it up big time. So I just hope that this time around they actually do it right. And they actually make it interesting and make it worth our while. Because we have been waiting for Sabrina to be in the show for the longest time. And I feel like they kind of screwed us over the first time we saw Sabrina, and I just was not impressed. I wasn't happy with the whole Riverdale shit until we saw the last episode. Like, we found out that Jughead was writing for our universe, even though we still haven't wrapped back around to that situation where our characters don't know that other Jughead in a different universe, or how they even know that there's another universe that Jughead is writing for this universe. When are our characters going to know that that's what's happening, and maybe that other Jughead is playing God? I'm curious to know when they're going to figure that out, because it's taking forever. This is episode 15. So we have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We have 7 more episodes left. 7. And it astounds me that, like, we still aren't, like, there yet. I mean, I understand that we could still get there in those 7 episodes, but it's kind of concerning to me that we still don't know who the hell Parzival is. We don't know. We don't know where he's come from. We don't know what he is. We really don't know why he gave Veronica powers. We really don't know what benefit he gets on dating Kevin, what benefit he gets on getting Reggie as like a third in command, or a fourth in command besides, Alice and Uncle Frank and also Kevin, like a fourth in command or whatever. Like, so what does he get out of doing this? He just wants to destroy Riverdale? I feel like that's so stupid. And him wanting to build this ghost train for some unknown reason, which I don't know what for. Does that mean he's the devil? Does that mean he works for the devil? There's so many, like, things we still don't know. And that's like, how do we not know it yet? It's like, really? Are we going to get to that point? So at this point, guys, I really don't know how the season is going to end. I just feel like it's probably going to end in a way I'm just going to hate. Again, I'm going to be like very like, oh, I know I'm going to hate the last episode, because again, I don't know. Things could progressively get better as we go on to the finale. I don't know. I just hope that this build up to this war is actually entertaining and cool. I just hope that, they just really tighten the story up a bit and actually make it good towards the end to make us fans want to come back for the last season. Because I'm going to be honest, I would not be surprised if their viewership is very low next year because of the way they're playing the storyline, because they had a chance on making the storyline great, and then they totally, like, messed up. Like, right in the middle, they totally, like, started butchering it. So I don't even know. But I'm curious to know what's gonna happen in the next episode. It looks like Parzival is trying to get revenge on Jughead and maybe take memories out of his mind, or get into Jughead's mind. It seems like, which makes no sense to me why he wants to do that. I don't know. I'm just shocked that Archie didn't just kick his ass, because at this point he can. There's nothing stopping Archie from beating the shit out of him now. So in a way, I don't know if that was the right decision to make him invulnerable this quick, because now it's kind of like, where was all that Archie dominance on the fact how he wanted to beat his ass before, until he got beaten up when he was invulnerable, which again is stupid writing on their behalf again, because he lost all knowledge on how to box in that match. He was just standing there getting his ass kicked and forgot how to fight. And now we went through all this shit for no reason in the last episode. For what? For him to, like, not fight Parzival? Like, and not encounter Parzival and be like, let's go right now, let's fight. I don't understand that. I just feel like it's just so bad writing. I understand, yeah, but guys, I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. I'm curious to know, where do you guys think this is gonna go? I really don't know where this is gonna go. Again, we have 7 more episodes left. I just hope that they really tighten the story and that they give us a good finale or a good series, a good season ending to make everybody want to come back for season 7. And again, guys, if you guys haven't watched my last video, my last spoiler review, I mentioned that depending on how this season ends and depending on how good the trailers are for next season, I'm not quite sure if I will be doing episode by episode reviews for next season. Again, it depends on how good the trailers are. It depends on how good this finale is. Again, I did say that I will, if an episode is good next year, I will probably do a spoiler review for an episode on top of doing a fully conclusion season 7 spoiler review at the end of season 7. I said I'll still do that even if I don't do episode by episode reviews for again Riverdale season 7. But yeah, guys, literally I'm just glad that we're not going anything past season 7, because the way I'm tired to the point where I really do wish it probably would have ended in season 6, but it is what it is. We're getting season 7. I'm just hoping that by the end of the season, maybe I'll take my words back depending on how they end this season. I'm just not liking the writing. It's really bad right now, and just our characters are all over the place. It's so out of the ordinary that Betty is telling this random girl that she barely knows everything. What next? You're going to tell that Archie has abilities, that our friends have abilities? You're going to tell that Jughead has abilities? What? What the hell is going on? But yeah, guys, again here, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and put those notifications. Like this video. I would love to have you guys here, a part of the fam, a part of the channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. And guys, literally, we're almost to 600 subscribers. Right now, we're at 514. And guys, like I said, we opened the community tab, which is amazing. I'm super happy that we opened up the community tab. It's a big achievement that we accomplished, guys. On top of the fact, I literally put up a poll on what you guys are most excited to see on May 27th. Are you guys most excited to see Stranger Things Season 4 Part 1? Or are you guys most excited to see Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan's Kenobi series, where they're dropping 2 episodes that day? Which series are you guys most excited to see? Go vote on the polls on the community tab. I want to see what you guys are most excited to see. It's up right now. It's been up. But yeah, guys, that was the video. I guess, again, I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and of course, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.